Oh my. Okay. Okay. All right. Thanks everyone for jumping on. I know some people are still tuning in and I'm going to make this really quick because we actually have a meeting, a Gold Rush meeting at 8 o'clock. So I'm going to try to cram a lot in to 25 minutes. My name is Mandy Brummels. I'm an Emerald, and 6.5 years ago, almost 7 years ago, which is really hard to even believe, I would have never, ever, ever thought that I was going to be successful in network marketing, Plexus, any of that. I desperately needed the income. In fact, I remember my apartment floor covered in the compensation plan, and I was looking at it and I saw that it was lucrative and I saw that it was generous, but I did not think that I could be successful and make a dime with this, because I was basically like the crazy cat lady living in her apartment. I was a hermit. I was recovering from PTSD, rebuilding after a divorce, grieving the loss of my sister. I had developed massive social anxiety. I was clueless about social media because I didn't need it to stay in touch with people, because I didn't really stay in touch with people. I kind of just like faded out of life and just went to work. And that was my existence. So if you can relate to anything that I'm saying, especially all of you that are introverts out there, I hope that that's encouraging, because obviously I figured it out, right? Because I hit Emerald for a few years ago. So how did I do that, right? Because I'm certainly not like the poster girl for a successful, what you'd think could build a successful network marketing business. Well, obviously, like there had to be personal development and leader development and duplication and consistency and commitment and resilience and all of that. But for my personal business, like the number one thing that I did, that I learned to do back then, it's a skill, you can learn it, and then I continue to do, is to expand my network. And to this day, I'm not like a social influencer like some of the incredible women on our team, but with the exception of that, I'm still one of the top recruiters on our team, probably 50 to 80 level ones or twos if I'm adding them under my husband a year. And most people I don't know, most people I've never met, or I might not have talked to them for years and years. In fact, I just signed up somebody that I've been talking to for 4 years that I've never met. She's like, hey, next time you come to Alaska, it'd be nice to meet you. So it is possible. And with social media, like you have an unlimited amount of resources available to you, and it's free. So tonight we're going to go over what I did, what you can do. It's actually surprisingly simple. So grab a piece of paper and writing. I'm going to record this, and I also do have 2 documents that I'll share on our team pages at the end of this. I got some formatting to do, but before I jump into kind of the meat of the training, I want to like check our mindset a little bit, because your mindset, like what you're telling yourself, the thoughts that you have, are going to influence dramatically your activity and your results. And so as I'm reading some of these things that I used to tell myself, that I've heard from dozens and dozens of people in Plexus and people that I'm talking to about the business, I would love for you to share in the chat, like how many of them resonate with you, or how many of these you have said or told yourself, because I really want everyone to know that you're not alone. Like the things that we're going to be talking about are pretty common struggles and fears that people have. Okay, so let me just read a few of these. I have a tiny network. I have no one else to talk to. I don't know anybody that could use Plexus. Everyone I know is broke. I stink at making new friends. Social media is all drama and negativity, and I hate being on it. And I don't want to grow a business if it means that I have to be the person dancing and lip syncing on TikTok or making reels. And if you love that, great. But some people don't. And some people think that you have, anyways, have you told yourself that? Those are things that I told myself a lot. And what I want to share with you is that those are beliefs, right? Those aren't facts. Those are beliefs that you have adopted. And a lot of times, if you're like me, you've used those to stay in your little comfort zone, to keep you from doing the things that you need to do if you truly want to help as many people as possible. The truth is, you literally have millions of people to talk to across numerous countries, right? Everyone you know is spending money. They might not be spending money on Plexus, but they are spending money. And if they truly are broke, then those are the people that need Plexus more than ever. They need to hear about this opportunity more than ever. And also, just a reminder, you have complete control over your feed. You can unfollow people, you can unfriend people. And if you're engaging with people that you truly find inspiring and wonderful and positive, then pretty soon your feed is going to be completely different and it's going to be something that brings you joy, right? You are responsible for what you consume. Okay, so let's dive into these steps. I'm keeping my eye on the clock, so I might have to speed up a little bit. There are a lot of ways that you can connect with people in person, right? Like moms groups, business networking groups, church, school, all of that. I'm not going to talk about those things because that's not how I grew my business. I'm doing that now, but that's not my arena right now. Mine was online, and I'm going to give you 8 ways that you can connect with people online and build relationships. And no matter which of these you choose, whether it's just a few or all of them, you have to keep in mind that you have to not only connect with them, but have a conversation. So get good at asking questions because you need to give something for people to like dialogue with, right? Okay, so 1, join Facebook groups. You don't have to join a billion, right? Just join a few and join groups that you genuinely have interest with, right? That you can actually add value to, whether it's funny memes, quotes, recipes, whatever it is. You want to be adding value and you want to be also asking those engaging questions because people love to give their opinions. They love to give feedback. They love to help. And that's a really easy way for you to start commenting, right? Like you put a post out there, people start engaging, you start engaging with them. Send people that you're talking to friend requests. In those groups is not going to be the place for you to talk about Plexus. In fact, it's like banned in most groups. You're going to do that conversation, let your posts speak to them, and then in your private messenger, right? That's where those conversations are going to take place. Second one, post in online garage sale groups. We have multiple trainings on that. I'm not even going to go into that here, but that is an excellent way for you to practice talking to complete strangers, right? Like you can totally bomb the conversation and who cares because you're never going to see them again, most likely. And you can practice and you can gain confidence. And again, you're going to be friend requesting the people that you're talking to. The third thing, and this is the thing that actually changed my life, I'm proof that it works. Go to your spouse or your significant other's Facebook, like go through their friends list and friend people that you feel are like high caliber people, people that you think are absolutely amazing. And I'll tell just kidding, Rachel. I'm saying that because that is how Rachel Hofsteth, she's my upline. That is how she found me. She was going through her husband's Facebook friend list, and I had grown up with him in Alaska. So I had never met her, never talked to her, and I saw her posts and here we are. So it absolutely works. I've signed up several people under my husband doing that exact same thing. Okay, on Instagram, find accounts that you have common interests with. And you guys, this is important because a few years ago, like the algorithms changed, the way we grow our accounts have changed. But what I used to do is like follow influencers and typically fashion people. And there were comment pods and loops and all these things that we don't really deal with now. It doesn't matter, but I grew my account by thousands that way. I've deleted most of them since then. But the problem with that was like, yeah, I had 6,000 or 7,000 followers or whatever it was, but those people, like, I don't understand fashion. I don't understand trends. I just don't understand it. It doesn't inspire me. And so that became such a drain and a strain and a drag that it wasn't fun. And I didn't know how to be authentic and comment on those posts because I just didn't even know enough to say anything. But now that I have chickens, I follow chicken people, and I follow people that put recipes out there, and people that are remodeling, and I'm following people that I genuinely want to learn from and feel like I can have a dialogue with and that I can offer value to. And so it's fun, right? It's fun. So find those accounts, and you can search hashtags for common words, whether it's pottery, karate, whatever it is that you're interested in, and pick out a few people and get to know them. Now, on that note, if once you identify influencers or people that are like, that you think could be a dream teamer or just has an amazing account, go into the comments on their post and engage with their friends. So for example, my sister Elise is an influencer. She was on a reality show. I could go to her post and look at all the people commenting on it and start following people. Go look at their profile. Like, is this someone I would, want to do this business with, someone I can learn from, someone that I'd want in my like posse? And I friend or follow whatever platform you're on, and you start engaging with them in the comments of Elise's post. So Elise did the work of posting, and all I'm doing is like, oh my gosh, that's so funny. Or like, how do you know Elise? Or whatever it is. That is actually a skill that I learned from Genevieve Scory. And those people will start to see your content. And if it's a big influencer, there's a lot of people with those little like blue stars or asterisks that have like legit Instagram accounts. Okay. So that's one way to kind of break into the influencer sphere. Okay. The sixth thing, and this is the simplest thing in the world, is send those birthday messages when you get notifications on Facebook, because that is like a really simple way to talk to people that you don't know, right? Everyone wants to be acknowledged on their birthday. Also, holiday messages. You could easily send like dozens and dozens of Merry Christmas. I hope you and your family are doing well. And this is the key. You're not going to say like, do you have fun plans? Are you celebrating Christmas? Because that's a yes or no answer. And that's going to be really hard to like dialogue with. Ask an open-ended question. How are you celebrating Christmas? What is something fun that you're doing for your birthday? How are you spending your, 2 weeks off with your kids, whatever it is, and elicit a response that you can actually like do something with. So that's key. And you can talk to strangers that way. Like, who doesn't want to know, like, be wished Happy New Year or whatever. The seventh thing is express gratitude. So send messages to those people that are liking your posts, right? Because there's a lot of people that aren't going to comment, but there's a lot of people that are going to like your posts. Thank them for the support. And if it happens to be something Plexus related, you can say, hey, can I send you more information on what I'm doing? Right? And maybe they say yes, maybe they say no, but you've asked the question and given them that opportunity. And something else that we learned is Gratitude Fridays. So as you're expressing gratitude for that support, thank the people that are putting out content that you really like, those recipes, those inspiring stories, those tips and tricks and health hacks or whatever. Thank them, because it's effort. It takes effort to create a valuable account and to put yourself out there. So that is something else that people are really, really receptive to. The last thing is ask your customers to post for you. Right? Your VIP customers, ask them to post for you. Ask them if you can like give them a hostess gift, and ask them if you can like do a 15-minute messenger event for them and tap into their network. All right, we've got about 10 minutes left, so I'm going to skip through a few things, but those are the 8 activities that you can do online. And you'll notice a lot of it is really just like connecting with people and communicating with them. And that makes those algorithms really happy, so that eventually you guys are going to start seeing each other's posts like every time you open up your app. The second thing that I want you to do is, when you're like dating and you're like, oh, Mr. Right, like the right guy, I want to attract the right guy. And kind of the rule is if you want a high caliber, high quality spouse, you kind of have to be the person that they would look for. It's kind of like that. And I'm not saying go be a chameleon and go like mold and adapt to whatever like you want to attract. I'm not saying that. I'm saying definitely stay in alignment with your values and stuff, but go audit your social media and look at how you're showing up and kind of visualize like, gosh, if someone was looking for a dream teamer, would I fit that mold? Am I putting stuff out there that's educational, entertaining, inspiring, authentic? People more than ever genuinely want to connect with real people. They cannot connect with perfection. They cannot connect with just highlight reels. They cannot relate to pictures of product posts or of products. They just can't. They want to see the real, amazing you, the you in the good times, the you in the struggles, the you actively like working towards your goals and your dreams. Be vulnerable, share the hard times. And there's a difference in sharing something and saying, this is what I'm learning. This is what I'm struggling with. I'm looking for advice, or this is what I'm doing to get over that, or whatever it is, like, this is how I'm overcoming it. Turn it into a story that's inspiring, or being the victim. And we all know those people that get on Facebook or whatever just to elicit sympathy and pity and response and drama. We're not that. We're the people that, life is hard sometimes, and we're going to share how we get through it, or we're going to share our health struggles or the new goals we have. We're going to be honest, and we're going to not be inflammatory and super polarizing. Unless you're super knowledgeable and passionate about something that's really polarizing in our climate, I don't want to say shy away from your beliefs or anything like that. I want to say this the right way, but don't jump on every political topic or thing that's going on in our world and rant and rave about it, because that is a turnoff to a lot of people. And you're going to find that the people that are following you and the people that you can help kind of get small, because they just don't want to see all of that. I hope I'm making sense. There's a difference between anyways. Okay, moving on. Use your picture as much as possible, right? Like sometimes it's really easy to copy and paste testimonies, but someone doesn't want to go to your wall, to your Facebook feed, and get to know you and just see a bunch of random people. So if you're gonna share testimonies, do it, but also share why that means something to you, or how you can relate to it, or have a purpose, like give a message with it, but definitely use your picture as much as possible. Okay. Just be a light. Okay. Be the kind of people that draws people to you by being in alignment and authentic. All right. There's something else I want to talk about real quick, because it's this thing that I get questions on all the time. I know a lot of leaders get questions about it all the time, because I also had questions about it. Cold messaging. Do you do it? What does it look like? Do you not do it? Cold messaging, I've seen defined in two different ways. One, you're talking about Plexus for the first time, but with someone that like their name, their life, someone that you know. And then the second definition is like cold messaging, like you're talking about Plexus to somebody that you've never talked to. It's like legitimately a cold message. And some people teach that you shouldn't mention Plexus right away, and that you should get to know that person. And some people teach that you shouldn't have to wait. Some people say that if you're getting to know somebody, and then all of a sudden you change it to Plexus, that it could be inauthentic. So you're going to have to decide what your activity is and where you fall on that. I have seen people grow their businesses both ways. Like very successful talking to people that they don't know. I operate on the, like, if I see something, I say something. So if they're talking about a health issue, if I don't know them, I have no problem messaging them and saying like, hey, my friend Susie had migraines too, just like what you're describing. And I know it was awful and she really struggled. And this is what, you know, she found something that really helped her. Can I send you more information? Or gosh, I see that you're very influential, that you love pouring into women and empowering women. And these are the qualities that I admire. And these are the rewards that I see that this industry or my company can bring to you. So if people are talking about it, or if I identify something, if I identify a pain point, I have no problem messaging someone that I've never talked to before. But that's just me. That's just me. Okay. And then something that, you know, I'm not even going to go there. I don't think we have enough time to do it justice. So I can open it up for maybe 1 or 2 questions. My goal tonight and my hope is that you were kind of inspired, or maybe you're looking at this list as you're writing it down and hearing me, and you're like, oh, that's a lot more simple than I thought. That's my hope, because it really is. It is something that takes consistency. It does take intentionality, but it doesn't have to be this big, daunting thing. It doesn't have to be something that you have to completely like change your whole social media strategy, because you guys, if you look at my Facebook, it's private. I use my Facebook and Instagram completely differently, and it's a smorgasbord of things. There's no rhyme or reason. It's just me. And then there's my Instagram, which also is in transition, but it's like ducks and farm and weird stuff right now. I kind of stay in one lane over there. So you choose what platform that you want to show up on. You choose how you want to use it. There's tons of really great trainings. Oh, this is what I was going to say. Or I forgot to say, there's tons of great trainings. Brock Johnson is really good if you want to learn how to like really maximize your Instagram. And obviously YouTube's free, tons of training over there, but there's 3 books that will really help you develop relationships and talk to people. And one is our book club, like our book of the month that Plexus is doing. And that's Exactly What to Say by Phil M. Jones. The other one is Becoming a Person of Influence by John Maxwell. And then this one's really old, but it's a goodie. How to Make Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Those ones were really instrumental for me because I didn't know how to build relationships. I didn't know how to talk to people. So as I said before, if you're in the Legacy Collective, if you're on our team, I will be putting some documents out there. Some of you, if you're in the WAM groups, already have one of them that I've written, but I'll be putting those out there for you. And I am going to wrap it up. No more time for questions. I'm sorry. Just kidding. PM me. And I will try to answer them, or maybe I'll answer them in the threads of the post. I'll post the recording on the team page as well. But I want to get off because there's another training coming up that Melissa and other Jules are doing at 8 o'clock. So thank you guys. That was fast. That was furious. And I really appreciate you guys showing up and supporting me. It's always scary doing these trainings, but I hope it added some value, and I hope that you're able to implement some of these strategies and grow your network. Okay.
Thank you, Mandy.
Oh, you're so welcome. Okay, bye. See you at 8, some of you.